Now, we're looking at this problem here. So, Galilei, an Italian scientist, and several other medieval scholars studied the motion of free falling objects. So, they studied gravity. So, they discovered this law that the distance could be modeled by the function distance equals 16 times the time squared, which gives distance fallen as a function of time. So an object is dropped from a height of 576 feet. How far does it fall in 0.5 seconds? Well, we can use the equation. So remember, we have that equation, d equals 16 times the time squared. And then we can just plug in 0.5 here. So this would be 16. We're multiplying, so I'm going to use parentheses. So times parentheses, 0.5, and then to the second power. So then what I'm going to do is use my calculator to evaluate that. So 16 times 0.5 and then to the second power. And we would get 4. And remember here, my unit is feet. So the object would have fallen 4 feet in a half of a second. So to fill in this table, remember, if we're doing 3 seconds here, our formula would be 16 times 3 squared or 144. And then here, 16 times 4 squared, which is 256. And for any time t, it would be 16 times t squared, or just 16t to the second power. Now, in this situation, this is different. So remember, after 1 second, if we start at 576, but it's falling downward, we would take our 576, but then I subtract off 16 and then times 1 to the second power, because we're taking away the difference that it fell. And then here, to get after 2 seconds, I would go 576, the starting height, minus 16 times 2 seconds squared. Let me just make sure that we're modeling that correctly. Always good to check your calculations. So 576 minus 16 times 1 squared is 560. So we're correct for the first one. And then 576 minus 16 times 2 squared, we get 512. So for 3 seconds, it's going to be 576 minus 16 times 3 seconds squared. And that gives us 432. So for 4 seconds, we go 576 minus 16 times 4 squared. And we get 320. And then here, for our last one, for any time, we go 576 minus 16 t squared. So how are the tables alike and how are they different? Well, they're both quadratic functions. And then if we look, Elena's, you add 16t squared. So I'm just going to put Elena, she adds 16t squared. And then Diego, he takes the height, 576, and then subtracts 16t squared. And then we completed the table, so we now have all parts of the assignment done.